Peace and love, people. Peace and blessings. Hope y'all doing all right on this easy like Sunday morning. And I'm just taking time out of my busy schedule. Got a lot of work to do today. But to clear up confusion, because a lot of y'all have some issues that you may be confused about. There's a lot of confusion on Facebook about who's the emperor of the land, who's this or who's that, who's the empress of the land, and all that type of shit. The truth of the matter is, we're all emperors and empresses in our own right, of this land. But the shit has to be done decent and in order according to not what I say, not what any fucking court case says, any of that shit. It's got to be done according to natural law, the laws of nature. The laws of nature, man, specifically already state, according to maxim of law, land lying unoccupied is given to the first occupant. What land belongs to no one, or what belongs to no one, naturally belongs to the first occupant. These are maxims of law. I didn't write this shit. I didn't make this shit up. You can go and research it for yourself. Now, the crazy part about it is, a lot of people want to try to negate what the maxims say. They want to try to negate and override what's already ordained or deemed according to natural law, and you can't do it. No matter what you may think, your fucking ideology or any of that type shit, it doesn't matter. You can't get around that shit, man. It's already ordained. Now, the crazy part about it is, there are some groups out there, a lot of people who don't like me, but personally, I don't give a fuck. What you eat don't make me shit. That's just the truth of the matter. But they're upset with me because I'm like Prometheus, if you remember in mythology. Prometheus is the one who stole fire from the gods and brought it to men and women so that they can have light, i.e., knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the gods tried to keep from them. This is the same shit that these damn churches are doing, mosques are doing, synagogues are doing, no matter what your religious ideology or preference is. It's even in Ifa, it's in Vodun, it's everywhere. There are people who are trying to set themselves up under a hierarchy and basically have deemed the vast majority of people too stupid to understand the laws of nature and how they work. And so what I did, I said, fuck that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this knowledge out there and I'm going to share it. Now, it's up to everyone else to do their own due diligence if they want, and if they don't want, that's to your ignorance. If you don't do your own due diligence, research, and study. But to keep it 100 with you, if you are calling yourself any type of potentate over this land, you must identify with what was found in the ground. Start asking these people, man, who are you in relation to the pygmy skulls? Who are you in relation to Leanne, woman of Texas, the pygmy skulls of Eastern Tennessee, Leanne, woman of Texas, Pion, woman of Baja, California, Anzac boy of Montana, La Piava Melha, Louisa of Brazil. Who are you in relation to the archaeological digs such as the Topper site, South Carolina, Calico site, of California, Texas Street site of California, Huaylaco of Mexico, Cerro de Capivara of Brazil, Toco de Esperanza of Brazil. Start making these people identify. And don't just let them get away with saying, oh, we the original people on the planet. We're all, Moors if you have brown skin. That's bullshit. I've gone over Prince Uriel Bey's documents. His shit is solid in a lot of ways, but I did find some errors. That's no disrespect to our elder. I love him. And I use the science and wisdom that is applicable to given situations. I love the Empress Verdiasi, Washita El Bey. But I found some errors in her documentation. That's no disrespect to, man, our Mother Empress. I love her. I will forever love her for what she did to our people. I found errors in CM Bay's documentation, but I love him. I found errors in Noble Drew Ali, but I love him. I went strictly according to science and the laws of nature, and what the laws of nature do have a translation in regards to maxims of law, delving down to ecclesiastical law, things of that nature. A lot of people have problems with that, man, because I gave y'all the tools to basically free yourselves in a sense when it comes to genetic science, archaeology, and anthropology. There's a lot of people out there, man, who are very thorough. My teacher of genetics was Tyrone Lewis Cannon, still is Tyrone Lewis Cannon, who I have to run a bunch of my finds across just to dialogue with him, man, to get some input or feedback. But I did my own due diligence as well on a lot of this shit. And Dr. Nasir M. Neher Ali, very thorough in regards to Paleo-Americans. You know, I've dialogued with him in the past, researched some of his findings, and the thing about it is, we all don't agree, you know, on some things. Some things I disagree with Brother Cannon with, some things I disagree with Dr. Nasir M. Neher Ali. But the thing about it is, on a lot of things, we do agree. So a lot of people saying, well, El and Bay are indigenous to this continent. If you look up the word indigenous, no, that's not true. They're pre-Columbian, those titles, El and Bay, but they are not indigenous to the continent. When you're talking about that, you're talking about from the earliest beginnings of human activity and human habitation. And if you're saying that El and Bay is indigenous to the continent, the only way that could be is through what they call introgression. Introgression and what's the other one? Migration. Migration and introgression. So a lot of things have to be questioned, and when you weigh them in accordance with science and the rules of evidence 702, these things, man, all of that has to be taken into account. In 2014, I met with Pamela Means. Pamela Means was the president of the National Bar Association. She came here to Arkansas in 2014, October. We dialogued after the event that was called Know Your Rights, and then she gave me her number and we talked. She personally told me that, young man, what you have done is brilliant. No, it's not only brilliant, it's ingenious. You found a way to get remedy for our people. She said this: you see, when you're dealing in blood, that's like the biblical status of a king, where the king decides who lives and who dies. No court can argue anything when it comes to blood. This is what she told me. Now, also, this woman had a doctorate of divinity degree. She either had a master's or a doctorate in law and a doctorate of divinity degree. When she told me that information, I tried to reach back out to her because she asked me to call her. She wouldn't take my calls. Neither would she accept my Facebook friend request after she told me that information. So apparently, due to her occupation, she wasn't supposed to tell me that. Okay? All right. Not only that, I had a good master building session earlier this week with Sister Lili Montaña Bay up in Oregon. And we was dialoguing about archaeology, blood, anthropology, things of that nature. She had gone to a lawyer to ask the validity, just to get some input, to test it and see the validity of archaeology, anthropology, and genetics. You know, is it valid in regards to law? She told me the attorney told her those things are considered as facts. You can't argue facts. So we have to start, man, questioning everything because the movement is convoluted and infiltrated. Don't think for 1 minute that COINTELPRO is dead. It's not. It's alive and well, very much so today. And so with that being said, test the spirit on every fucking thing that comes across your eyes. Test the spirit on every fucking thing that comes across your eyes and your ears. Like I tell you, don't take my word for it. Go and research it for yourself. I gave you all the damn tools. You don't have to believe me. Start asking these people, man, what is your mitochondrial lineage? What is your Y chromosome lineage? What does your autosomal say in regards to the first people here in this land? Ask them, what is your relationship to Ustashin man of northeastern Siberia and all of these type things? Because within the genetics itself, it shows you a migration. Ask them, who are you in relation to Lebrana man and your archaic DNA lineage? Start asking these people this shit, man. Start testing them scientifically. And if they can't measure up, then you probably got your answer. But I never elected myself to be emperor over any motherfucker, chief over any motherfucker. If y'all see people calling me that, that's them. The people choose. So, motherfuckers is mad because I basically brought y'all fire to light your way through this bullshit ass path of darkness that's been placed over all of us. We're trying to get our land back, man, our estate. And one thing about it is they can't argue blood. Article 31 of the UNDRIP, why do you think it's in there? DNA. Go and look at it for yourself, man. Don't take my fucking word for anything. Go and look at it for yourself. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I just give you, man, as far as what came across my knowledge in relation to my research and my path. But these people, man, y'all need to really be careful. Straight up. Anybody placing themselves over you or any of that type shit, man, be careful. Noble Drew Ali told you, be careful, Moors, for your own to put you back in slavery. Once you tied to the soil, you're virtually free. So start asking these people, man, who are they in relation to the Melanesians, the Australoids, our family over there in Australia, the Southeast Asian, the Atas, the Orangoslis, the Malays, the Mons, the Andaman Islanders, the Jarawa, and all of these various peoples. Start questioning them. If you don't, your ignorance is going to be to your own detriment. You'll have nobody to blame but yourself. So, it was brought, to me from a couple of people that people are saying that if you fuck with me, I'm not fucking with you. Motherfuckers, first and foremost, I don't have any beef or problem with you. You got an issue or a problem with the truth. That's the facts. And because you got an issue or a problem with the truth, then, man, that's your own satanic agenda. That's your own satanic agenda. Because you need to tell these people the facts, man. El and Bay is not autochthonous to this soil. It's not. That's just the facts of the matter. Those titles came over, man, during Kemet, the Kanana, which is the Canaanites, the Phenoi, which they called the Phoenicians, and the Phoenicians were the Canaanites, the Carthage, which is Carthage, and the Punic Iberians, which is Carthage, which was the Phenoi, the Phoenicians were the Canaanites, and who left the Bornstone up there in Comassaguqua, Cape Cod Bay, Massachusetts, about 500 BC, and prior to that, around about 800 BC, with the Pontotoc Stele, and also the Davenport Stele, which had the opening of the mouth ceremony of Asar, which was from Upper Kemet, or what they call Sudan and those areas, Nubia, Nubia Kush, all of those areas. So I'm sorry, those are just the facts of the matter. When you start going back in antiquity, 40,000 years ago, Pygmy skulls, we weren't El and Bay. We became that underneath the Age of Empires and under what they call the law of soil due to the first land claim. Nor were we any of these tribes. We were not Chata. We were not, Inde, or not Dene. We were not Catawba. We were not Mikosuki. We weren't any of those. Those, evolved and came later. You know, you cannot find any epigraphical evidence of any of those damn names over here in regards to us in our antiquity. All of that came out of the Age of Empires. You know, we were just simple hunter-gatherer folks, man, that had clans and whatnot, things of that nature, going out megafauna hunting, you know, things of that nature like woolly mammoths and, you know, all of these other type animals. Later on, man, it devolved down into organizational structure underneath the Age of Empires. You know, we wasn't even the Olmec. We weren't the She. You know, we weren't, man, none of those. All of that stuff came much later in regards to antiquity. You know, 51,300 years ago, man, the Topper site. You know, we wasn't that. But there was human activity here. We were here. Our people were here. You know, so start questioning these people as it relates to science, archaeology, and anthropology, man. Do not be deceived and let these people pull the wool over your eyes, because that's what they're doing. And the sad part about it is, as the economy gets worse, the more devilish and deviant our people are going to become and prey on their own, virtually cannibalizing each other. This is what niggas do. You follow what I'm saying? Shit, I seen it in the hood back in the day. Goddamn, man, when a drought was fucking about to hit, you know, niggas started cannibalizing each other. This is what niggas do. And this is the base level of human nature, man, when resources become scarce. So I'm telling you all that, man, and I'm giving you all this to be wise, man, and learn for yourself. Use the not templates, but the information that I've given you, man, i.e., the fire that Prometheus brought, so that you could light your own path and discern this shit for yourself. And hopefully y'all use that, man. All right, peace and love. Ashe.